When Frederick Dilly Glidden submitted his story, Six Gun Lawyer, to Western Story magazine in 1935, the pulp magazine's publisher said the name of F.D. Glidden didn't sound very Western. On the recommendation of his literary agent, Marguerite Harper, Glidden adopted the more robust pseudonym Luke Short for Blood on the Moon. At the time, neither Glidden nor Harper realized that the nom de plume was the moniker of a notorious Old West gunfighter. The actual Luke Short was a gunslinger, gambler, and Army scout who was a friend of Bat Masterson and Wyatt Earp. Nevertheless, the name stuck. Fred Glidden, under the name Luke Short, would become one of the most prolific writers of Western fiction. Glidden was born in 1908 in Kewanee, Illinois. His father, a well-to-do factory owner, died when his son was 13 years old. Glidden was raised primarily by his mother Fanny, a high school English teacher who eventually became Dean of Women at Knox College in Galesburg, Illinois. Glidden graduated from the University of Missouri in 1930 with a degree in journalism. According to the Missouri Alumnus of September 1931, Glidden and Edward Huff, a fellow Mizzou graduate, left New York on July 12th for an expedition in northern Canada where they will spend the year hunting, trapping, exploring, studying, and writing. The young man's appreciation for the rugged wilderness was whetted during an odyssey begun from the northernmost terminal of the Canadian National Railway's waterways, where the boys embarked in canoes for a 75-mile trip down the Clearwater River. Glidden followed his Canadian sojourn with several brief stints as a newspaper writer. He eventually gave it up as a bad job. I've read or heard that all newspaper men are disappointed writers, but in me you behold a writer who is a disappointed newspaper man. I've been fired from more newspapers than I like to remember, even if I could. He relocated to Santa Fe, New Mexico, working as an archaeologist's assistant, and began writing stories about the Northwest. Glidden switched to writing Western fiction at the recommendation of Harper, who realized Canadian stories wouldn't sell well in the United States. He began his career as a professional fiction writer when Adventure magazine serialized his novel The Feud at Single Shot in 1936.